Austin Mannix. There was this elaborate plan I was going to come out here and talk about. I was going to bless you with beautiful Chicago weather. And I was going to tell you how you don't deserve another title shot. I've beaten you. I've beaten Mojo by myself. But then I realized you're from Detroit. I'm from Chicago. There's a fight that's going to happen Saturday. And damn it, I'm going to be happy about it. Because I'm going to stand across the ring from you and challenge you to use your moniker. You call yourself Austin Mannix. You say Austin kills. And I dare you, Austin. I dare you to kill me. Because that's what it's going to take to become champion. And I swear to everything that you believe in, that your kids believe in, that those fans believe in, that that's what's going to happen because I am the champion. I am War Wrestling. I am Lima, Ohio, and I am Cody Goddamn Jones.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy McDowell here, backstage with the Grinch. So, I'm backstage with Ripper Blackheart. And Ripper, it looks like on the card tonight, you're going to be working with Cody Hawk, but I'm a little bit baffled by that because I thought you and Cody had a bit of a business separation or a parting of the ways, if you will.
Jimmy, you know what happened? What happened with Brandon Day? He's the problem tonight. He was the problem then. He had his match where if his team beat ours, Corruption had to disband and never be together again. Ha! But this isn't a Corruption reunion, oh no. Tonight, Cody Hawk is an independent contractor, a hired gun, if you will.
Brandon Day, you and Cody Hawk are a lot alike. We're both veterans of this business, and neither one of us has a problem taking a payday, even from a guy like Ripper Blackheart, to beat someone up. And tonight, I'm getting quite a big payday.
And that match, ladies and gentlemen, is coming up right now.
First match here at Endgame in December, the last of the road of 2019. And it's a big one. You start off, we don't know what we're going to see here because it's such a different clash in styles. You've got the Death Threat Army, you've got Mysterious Movado and a Beastman, and it's apparently Cody Hawk that's going to come out here first.
Well, looks like they changed some things up on us here.
That's why it's always subject to change down to the bottom.
Yeah, I guess so. Holy cow. Here we got Cody Hawk. All right. I keep seeing the interviews he's doing. He's mentioning my name a couple of times. I don't know how I feel about that.
What is that if they're not talking about you, they're not hating you? Or they're not hating you, they're not talking about you?
I guess so.
He's
oh my God, look at Sue Ripper's got on.
The clown of the holidays.
He's something.
There's a reason that guy doesn't have Twitter. It's because he doesn't want that suit to show up there.
That is ugly. Probably got it from his grandma.
I would imagine he stole pieces of it from different lawn sales.
Could have been. It looks like it might have been a tablecloth at one of those Amish restaurants.
We just heard from Cody Hawk a little bit ago about exactly what he thinks about Brandon Day. And, you know, it's been pointed out as Brandon Day makes his way out here, this is a version with Ripper Blackheart and Cody Hawk of Corruption, but it's not Corruption, Ripper says anyways.
No, not at all. And you know, here's the thing. Don't think these guys don't know each other at all. All the time we all spent together, I think we know a little bit what each other's weaknesses was and how we could try to maybe exploit if we ever had the opportunity or need to.
And Ripper continues on Facebook on all the promos on the World Wrestling Facebook to say it's not Corruption smart guy because he's a hired gun.
Well, we'll see here.
Foggy Nelson tries to find him yet another way to get around the rules here at World Wrestling.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, there you go. There you see Cody Hawk, the wily veteran, knowing exactly what to do to get the party started.
The very first thing anyone's learned in the last 20 years, do not turn your back on Cody Hawk.
And you know, I'm surprised Brandon Day would do something like that because he's no spring chicken out there himself as far as the business goes.
Cody Hawk now 22 years in the business, and you might not like the guy, you might not like his tactics, but probably the best he's looked in a long time.
Oh.
Wait for the pile driver.
What the hell is that?
That's a unique way to get out of a move by Day.
That's silliness. That's what it is. Oh, man.
Not going for a cover early on.
Well,
I don't think this win necessarily matters to him as much as it does beating the tar out of Cody Hawk.
I don't think, you know, but I don't know what all the animosity is. Everything that Brandon had to suffer through during corruption was not due to Cody Hawk. It was due to Ripper Blackheart.
Well, like I've said, Ripper eventually gets his all the time. That's why he has no hair now. Day sizing up Cody Hawk in a big elbow. The uppercut right in the face and the bulldog.
That's something you don't see much every day. But look at Brandon Day, though.
Talk about Day, though. He's in great shape now as well.
He knows better than to do that. He should have been trying to cover him.
Well, with that ripcord, was looking for something, and out goes Day to the floor. Although, again, keep in mind,
Cody's headband's still intact.
Well, I was going to say the worst Secret Santa is over there.
Oh, well, that's Sue. You're not a secret anywhere.
Just a terrible human being.
You can see that from the International Space Station, I'm quite sure.
Still hasn't gotten a belt. Hawk now to the outside, like you said, headband still intact. Once upon a time, had some more allies, but Brandon Day, they turned his back on him. Just so many terrible things that they and you did to this guy.
And don't say that Cody Hawk did anything to Brandon Day. Brandon Day turned his back on corruption.
Now 1-2,
and I lay all the blame on Ripper Blackheart.
Referee Logan explaining to Cody Hawk, you've been around a while, that's still only a 2. Over 2,700 career matches. If you think about a guy that's either on TV or has come through the Midwest, there's a pretty good chance that Cody Hawk has probably either at one point been his friend, trained him, or fought him.
You're exactly right. He's been in the ring with a lot of these guys that everybody is rushing out to buy tickets to. He's beat them. He's taught them a lesson or two down the road, and he's also challenged them to make them be as good as they are right now.
There's a reason you see him on TV. It's probably because, in part, of Cody Hawk. And again, another quick 2 count. Stayed a lot of time talking to the referee about what he thinks these counts should be. He knows, probably more so than anybody, what he's actually got to do to put Brandon Day down.
Yeah, you're exactly right, he does.
Day, 6'4", 6'2", 35 years old, and trying to fight himself back up to his base. You hear the fans.
Why'd you check out his Tinder profile? What the hell?
I learned how to read the internet.
Oh.
The shot to the midsection of Cody Hawk.
Certainly didn't deny that Tinder profile thing there.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Now Day.
And look, you don't know what a pork chop is either.
I do.
Oh! That's a nice hooking clothesline. Al Snow used to do something similar to that.
Imagine that. Something short on the effect, and that's great too because you don't get the ability to get away from it. It just boom, it hits you.
That's right, that's right.
Hawk now with Day up on his feet, tries to shoot him into the corner. Hawk full head of steam, and he ate. It's not that far in front of Christmas and after Thanksgiving to eat feet and a fist.
That's right. A little feast for the weary right there.
Day is serving up huge helpings right to the face of Cody Hawk. Now Day is going to watch out referee. Cody got to cut him off. A huge spine buster. That's got to be all 1, 2, and 3. No.
That was so close. Cody Hawk barely got that shoulder up. But again, don't think he didn't wait till that very last second so that he didn't have to put out more energy than what he needed to.
Again, we talk about fights. Brandon Day says he'd be a hockey player if he wasn't a pro wrestler, and the reason why he just likes to fight. He's
Well,
getting
he's got
one here,
one right
a package
here.
pile driver
Oh.
from Cody Hawk, right on top of the head. Wasting time, though. Either he's got something else in mind, or he didn't go for the cover right away. He
What
wanted to
is he
make sure to
doing?
get in front of the camera, and he distracted the referee as well.
Well, Ripper's distracting the referee over there away from what Cody's doing.
What? He's got a chair now. Referee's got to turn around.
Well, Ripper Blackheart inadvertently probably just cost Cody Hawk this match.
And now the back body drop.
Oh, right under that chair.
He was
And he was
looking.
about to buy. There you go.
He was looking for the pile driver on the
There's
chair.
one for the wicked right there, baby.
Santa Day looking to give out the huge clothesline.
Oh.
Right to the face of Cody Hawk. 1, 2, 3. Official trying to figure out where the chair went. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Brandon Day with the win.
I gotta say though, there's gotta be a conversation between Cody Hawk and Ripper Blackheart about what just happened, because Ripper Blackheart just cost Cody Hawk that win.
I'm not sure Ripper's got that many friends left.
I don't think so either. He's burned a lot of bridges.
And what everybody here already knows, no matter who faces Brandon Day, this is going to hurt. Brandon Day will win.
Match number 2 here at Endgame features two guys who are well-versed in one another. And exactly, come on, not even into the ring. Rays, what the hell? Brought a chair, and I guess this is the bad blood I was going to reference. They're no strangers to one another. And Rays,
I'll tell you though, if you're going to want to beat Chris Hall, these are the things you're going to have to do.
the worst part about it is, for Rays, he let go of the chair, didn't continue the assault before the bell. There's the bell, so that chair not legal anymore. Ray's trying to paint some violence across the canvas that is Chris Hall. Hall into the corner, returned a couple of months ago, was a part of a four-way match, was not successful, but left one heck of an imprint on his return to War Wrestling. And Ray's left one heck of an imprint on the chest.
He certainly did. But look at him taking a little too much time right here.
This is not the jovial event that Queen of War was last night here in this building. This is when you're coming in here and you're just looking to fight somebody and create
Look at him
chaos.
just pick Dustin Ray's up like he's nothing.
He didn't get him over though this time.
There he goes.
The big release German. Hall, a traditional German name.
We'll call it, yeah.
Just brutalizing.
There you go.
Look at Ray's trying to get his hands up.
You know, those bows like that, I tell you, used to ride around a lot with Vader, and that's exactly what he would do to people right there.
Hall with a pounce and the shoulder tackle down.
Well, Dustin Ray's trying to get out of there and doing the smart thing.
That's
Run.
the veteran awareness for Ray's. About 15 years in the business, he's looking to avoid the hammer. Up and over goes Hall.
That's a lot of beef over the top rope right there, all the way down to the floor.
He's a lot slimmer than he used to be, but it's still, he's a big dude.
Yeah, definitely big.
Ray's now with that kind of evil smile on his face.
How can you tell he's smiling?
He's not a fan of the folks here in attendance either. And now into the corner, he said, you want Chris Hall, here you go.
How'd he get to him? Right into that steel guardrail right in front of the people.
That is one big lump of coal. Ray's now back in charge as Hall. End to end, you can just hear his spine wrap around that steel. There is definitely no give. The only give is really the people in the front row being attacked.
That's certainly right. Put that thing right in their lap, right along with 300 pounds of meat.
Complaining to security. Please don't let him land on me. I've got a family to get home to. Reyes takes a lot of time.
I think that'll end up being his downfall there.
He was stalking Chris Hall. Reyes has had kind of a different outlook lately. It's weird to say, but he's been more evil than he has been over the years.
Well, you never know. Maybe he's hit himself a wall and he's just ready to do whatever he has to do to win.
All with a miss, and here comes Reyes. He's spinning clothesline. Tries it again, and that's... You got to have a lot of force to get Chris Hall down like that.
If you took that big guy down like that, I was a little taken aback. I didn't think it would happen.
Only a 2 count, didn't remotely really try to cover anything. I think it was just kind of a change of pace. If I can steal one here, let me go ahead and try.
Definitely. But you know, these two have got to be a little familiar with each other, coming from around the same area. And let's also face it, how long has it been since Chris Hall's been in a real active competition?
It's true. A lot of fights, though, between these two, both in the same side, and that's a lot of the story here in War is, oh, no way. Great suplex by Reyes.
He got him up and over, which is impressive. Probably a smaller guy, he would have had a little more force behind that, but he still got him over.
But tag team matches both together and on opposite sides of the greater Dayton area. Think about the fights and a straight right hand. Hall would be the last guy who would punch straight in the dome.
Definitely.
Big suplex again, and Reyes, you'd think he's the bigger guy, the way that he's suplexing Chris Hall.
Yes, you certainly would. So the whole thing is, almost perplexing. But he's firmly in control right now, so you got to just go with it.
Remember, too, Reyes has been in battles with big guys the last 6 months here in War. He's had an ongoing feud with Jackson Stone. And he's at least the size that Chris Hall is.
Most definitely, but that begs the question, where is Jackson Stone?
You might find out. It's like the boogeyman. Don't say his name 3 times. Hall!
Oh, with his own suplex there.
And Reyes now trying to fight his way back up. He finally feels the other side of that book on how that feels. Which I can't imagine from a guy Hall's size is real great.
I don't think he knows anything about books at all.
They make good weapons?
They could.
I have heard that. Double axe handle right to the chest. Just hit him with a hammer.
Down when you're talking about books. That's a book of truth right there.
It's a book of hammer and brutality. All war and no peace.
That's right. I don't know. Look at Chris Hall. I don't know if he's just sucking wind or if he's just waiting for him to get up.
Well, he has taken quite a beating in this match now.
He certainly has.
Looking to take advantage of this match, Reyes with straight elbows to the chin.
Yeah, that'll certainly put a little pucker in your step.
Look how quick the referee got out of the way, but Hall
well, that's pretty
caught
smart.
Reyes, and the exploder into the corner.
Those turnbuckles aren't as forgiving as what one person thinks.
Those turnbuckles keep getting huge individuals slammed into them. They're not going to be there for long. So Hall now back in control. Fans are happier now. They are loving Chris Hall, and that's kind of been an odd thing over the years, too. Sometimes they do, sometimes he's not exactly their favorite person.
You got a love-hate relationship with the crowd here. But honestly, it all has to do with his attitude at that time.
And now, looking for another suplex is Reyes. Hall bounced into the corner off the turnbuckle. Reyes says that's enough. 1, 2, and 3.
He got it. Chris Hall kicked out, but it was too late. And Dustin Reyes, smart to get out of there.
And the evil continues to be victorious. He softened him up with those 2 chair shots to the back and comes away with the win. And Hall now left in bewilderment in the middle of the ring to figure out what just happened.
Well, I think bewilderment's something that's not a stranger to him there. But you're right, Reyes started off with some hard impact stuff and finished with some hard impact stuff.
Reyes is trying to tell a story now with a microphone. Last time he had some words, it didn't go real well. I think he gave up.
Backstage right now with the Death Threat Army, Jack Price, Tommy Vendetta, and coming up here in just a little bit, gentlemen, you guys have some very unorthodox opponents.
Unorthodox is an understatement. You see that for the first time in our careers, Jack, we are facing a caveman. They haven't been around since 3000 BC.
Jeez!
Before Christ.
Before Christ.
And we got an alien. So obviously there's only one way that we've been preparing for this match.
How's that?
We've been watching our boy Michael Jordan, Space Jam, the original, not the LeBron remake. The original, because you saw the way he took them aliens down.
Yeah.
It was a breeze.
What do you do?
It was a breeze. You do like,
No. Space Jam is a good movie.
It's a great movie.
But this is wrestling, Tommy.
First basketball tournament.
Basketball is next week.
Oh, this is war wrestling.
War wrestling.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
And Beastman and Movado seem to think they forgot what Death Threat Army has done here at War Wrestling. You and Aaron Orion for better part of 2, maybe 3 years.
Two-time War Tag Team Champions.
And myself. I've been here for a year and that bar just keeps getting raised for me.
Yes.
So you better believe that 2020, the Death Threat Army is going all the way.
To the top.
And that's not a promise. Tell them what it is, Jackie boy.
It's the Death Threat, homeboy.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Death Threat Army on the way to the ring. There we go. We got it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Oh, man. I like that space show shit. That's good.
I said earlier on, before I figured out the card is subject to change.
Oh, yeah. Here's my boys.
From the Northern City Championship, Black Diamond, Jack Price, Big Royalty, Tommy Vendetta, they are the Death Threat Army!
And you just heard from the Death Threat Army backstage. They had issues because of the match that they were in at the last show, but tried to hash things out at a bar a couple of weeks ago, and that didn't go real well. Jack Price, you kind of got to wonder how much Tommy Vendetta truly has his back after he's shown, well, he'll do anything to get his own win.
Well, that's just the way it goes. You know, unless you are 100% in on team activities, it is a very singular business. Movado, because I'm here to tell you, Death Threat is not a threat. It's almost a guarantee that that's going to happen.
Movado and Beastman, if you were to create a tag team in War Wrestling,
it wouldn't have been that.
Might be the most likely, unlikely duo, though. Because when you get through certain guys and match them up, you might come down to these two and go, well, that actually makes more sense than I realized.
Well, those are like the fat ladies in the corner at the bar that's left over at closing time.
How would you know about that?
I've Googled a thing or two.
So Movado, not the Wolverine.
Not
he is
the
pretty close, though. Looking to claw his way through the Death Threat Army. And
Well, he's looking to try, but I don't see it being very likely.
Beastman just tried to eat Movado. Hey, just let that sink in there for a
Wolverine
second.
is a bit of an animal, I guess. I'm sure if you put it on the Bobby.
I think carrying that boat around, I don't think Beastman cares.
Oh.
He came to eat and dance.
Or either that or that Shoney's he had is moving right through him.
Now they're trying to get the referee to dance too. She does not seem thrilled about it. Now, come on, I want to see Beastman do a cartwheel.
Oh, jeez.
What? I give it a 6.
Give him about 3 seconds to stop that.
Russian judge said a 3. He's not a happy camper. So you've got the Black Diamond, Jack Price, and the Prodigy and Tommy Vendetta, members of the Death Threat Army, who have held at Tag Team Gold here in World Wrestling already.
And 2 of my favorite wrestlers out there today, man. I'm telling you what, they're young and up and coming, and they're hungry. And they go all out. They do what they need to do to get the victory, to make sure that their family gets to eat, and they are moving up in the ranks. I tell you, watch these guys. Big things, big things.
And I'm curious to see how they work together, but then again, with what I was talking about, Jack Price is all about winning the match, so that should work out pretty well for Tommy Vendetta.
Definitely should. And also, if you just take a look, they already got on matching tights there. They're on the same page already.
Of course, the other member with Jack Price that has been a tag team champion, and Aaron O'Ryan, we haven't seen him in a while, but the promo I was talking about, I saw earlier this week, was Aaron O'Ryan trying to smooth over the things between these two. And you would think that a win tonight would go a long way towards doing that.
I think definitely it would. You know, there's always going to be a little strife in the family, but at the end of the day, you're still family.
So Movado from Planet Detroit, which I believe is not that far from where the Death Threat Army are from. It's a short commute.
I think it is. A little short rocket ride.
Beastman from...
What was that? Like David Lee Roth jumping off the jump riser there.
Calisthenics? I mean, he did a cartwheel. Maybe he's just trying to get his workout in.
Well, it was an ish. It was almost a cartwheel. He had the cart right, but it wasn't a wheel.
I believe Beastman was introduced as from the deepest, darkest West Virginia.
Deepest, darkest West. That explains
like.
a lot. That explains a lot right there.
Beastman says, yeah, I got this.
Interesting little tidbit. Dusty Dillinger's ancestor was the first governor of West Virginia.
I thought you were from Arkansas.
Well, they commuted.
Oh, okay. What was the horse and buggy like?
Bumpy.
Beastman,
There you
I
go.
think he's hungry.
I think he just licked him.
I'm pretty sure he thinks Jack Price is a turkey leg. I don't think that's
That'd be
where
a
this
smoked
show is
turkey
going.
leg. All right, they're trying to get everybody riled up. I don't know. I don't even know. Oh.
Well, that went well.
Look at that. It's like Beastman outsmarted someone.
I think Tommy Vendetta just marched his way on over there to figure out what's going on.
Either that or maybe he heard something and turned and then found out it was just him farting.
What language do you think that Movado and Beastman communicate?
Oh, jeez, I don't even want to take a guess at that. Is it even language? It's a series of grunts, groans, and dance moves.
Well, Beastman's able to talk to Falaba, and he speaks Ba.
That should be interesting. I bet he can order the hell out of something at the drive-thru, though.
I think the two of them closed down a KFC, I heard, and well, we saw chicken last month in that
Oh,
four-way.
here we go again.
Now,
I thought this was wrestling.
this is the largest one of these I think I've ever seen.
This is crazy.
Oh, no.
No.
Beastman to the second rope. Tommy, don't turn around. Why is Jack Price moving towards him?
I don't know.
But Tommy Vendetta wants
Well,
no
Tommy
part of
doesn't
this.
want anything. Look at Jack Price.
What? In the hell?
Oh.
He just
What sort of buffoonery is this?
destroyed the Death Threat Army.
Outflanked him.
He's clearly insane. Beastman, the biggest member of his tribe. There comes the other member.
Well, because there wasn't enough food for all of them.
Up on top of that, again, that was a big reason why with the village and with the Voodoo Village, he's going to suplex his own man.
Oh!
But with the versions of the village, as Movado goes to the cover, barely gets a one. Ripper even said that's why I sold their contracts to Hooks at the time, because I couldn't afford to feed these guys. Put him and the Village together.
Few people can. That's why he's wearing that skirt he's wearing. He had to kill that thing.
Movado mixing up a right hand. Oh, and he went with a kick.
Now that was smart. That was a beautiful leg.
Great
knee
combo.
lift. Got that leg all the way up to the face of Tommy Vendetta there.
Movado with a cover this time got a 1, but barely the 2. That is a terrific set of moves
I was
from
quite
the
impressed.
ageless Movado.
I was quite impressed, definitely. And, you know, I'm a big fan of the old knee lift myself.
And a suplex, the straight side slam. Vendetta didn't have to get everything that Movado got. Goes for the cover, 1, 2, and well, the 3 broken up. But he didn't have to get a series of moves. He got just one big effective move. Blind
Sometimes
tag.
that's all it takes is the right move.
Behind the referee's back now, the DTA with a tag. Jack Price now. I guess that was his version of mocking Movado with his dancing. This might be the smartest thing the Death Threat Army has done, though. Try to slow down the smaller of the 2 guys that you're facing.
Definitely. Keep the big man on the outside.
Frequent tags, and there's not really been a more effective group of tag teams come through this division in the last couple of years than here in War.
Certainly not. You know, and that's what made him successful, was being able to communicate, be on the same page, and work towards a common goal.
Tommy Vendetta, though, you can't have it both ways, Tommy. He can get the distraction and try to get the pin. And again, I guess we're back to even. The referee didn't see either tag, but Price from the outside in.
Nice little senton there.
Off the drop 1. And Movado kicks out.
I think Jack Price was happy with the way Jesse Black was counting.
Match number 3 of the best of 5 for the Respect title coming up in a bit. And Aaron Williams trying to get, well, himself back into this series, trailing 2-0 against Orlando Christopher.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to that match because I'm looking to see, I don't know what kind of state of mind that Aaron Williams is going to be when he walks into that match, but tonight is do or die.
I told him, tried to pick the referee up and get her out of the way.
And he tried,
Beastman
he did it.
was admonished. Told him, get out.
To hurt his feelings.
Movado, big right hands.
Look at that.
He went to go back to Jack Price. He knocked him off the apron.
Oh, see, turn your back on Tommy, you'll get something like that.
It's a low kick, and Movado, big DDT.
Oh, he's planted him.
Dropped the DTA on his head with a DDT. Now if Beastman can get back in.
And doing his Jane Fonda's, getting ready to try to get back into this thing, maybe make the tag to the big man.
He's going to try to destroy the ring. Movado with the dive, and oh no. The big guy with the clothesline.
The violence unleashed right there with the Beastman.
And the straight right hand to the face of Price. Swing and a miss. Crossbody.
That's a lot of body to be crossing right there, baby.
And now, how about that? He just palmed his head and slammed him to the mat. All the way up top, Tommy Vendetta in a bad, bad way. Where is Beastman? Oh, the drop on both guys.
Like a shoulder breaker and a butt bomb right there.
1, 2, 3. No.
Oh. I don't know about that count. That might have been a little slow.
Beastman dropped 400 pounds on Jack Price and the weight of Tommy Vendetta.
I was going to say the same thing. That was just himself.
Well,
look at this.
Hooks him up on the shoulder. Vendetta trying to fight his way back out. Beastman slow to turn around, and the kick
That's going to leave a mark.
The code breaker.
Absolutely beautiful right there.
I think they're slightly confused about who's going to apply the biggest move here. Somebody's got to be legal.
Well, they seem to be on the same page here.
Well, I think Tommy Vendetta might have thought they were going to opposite corners. Beastman.
Spells trouble for Beastman right here.
DTA up top. Oh, he caught both of them. Choke slam city.
Can you believe that? This should have been beat.
He just choke slammed 2 grown men. Tags in Movado is. Bad things are about to happen to the
He
Death Threat
choked
Army.
two grown men like he was eating a bucket of chicken, like nothing.
Well, to be fair, though, he's not allowed at KFC anymore.
What the hell's going on over there?
He's playing the drums on Jack Price.
The little bongo thinks he's Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right. No way.
That is the biggest version of the worm I've ever seen. Now the cannonball into the drop kick on the other side.
He just crushed that diamond.
I guess this is Beast Dance Revolution.
This is something, that's what it is. But here's one thing. What are they doing all the dancing around for? Why aren't you trying to win the match? Pin somebody, for Christ's sake.
Sometimes you gotta have some fun.
But you do that at the bar after the show.
You're the old man on the porch waving your fist.
Get off my lawn.
Wait, what the hell are they looking at? Oh, it's Matt Taylor. Why is Matt Taylor here?
He is, he's up there.
Why is Matt Taylor here? Wait, I guess he's gonna tell me. How did he get in and get a microphone? Security here is terrible.
We'll talk about mysterious.
And the Beastman is gonna go after him. Now Tommy Vendetta with a roll-up.
Oh!
Jack Price.
Oh! Oh!
And the
Movado down.
DDT, they told the referee to count. Movado is legal. 1, 2, and 3.
Movado is down and out.
And Matt Taylor just walks away.
I'll tell you.
Now the referee having to explain to Beastman what happened.
I don't think he still understands. I want to know what happened to Matt Taylor. He got all weird. He's
Here
got that
comes.
stupid little girl ponytail thing now.
Calls himself the guiding light. He's got a chair.
Oh!
Big man when his back's turned.
Sure, it's easy to go out there and beat somebody up after they've already been beat up.
Beating up the guy who came to the aid of Jimmy Shane. This is your guiding light. This guy right here.
Almost looks Amish.
Look, and the DTA, they don't know what to do. Should we watch this? Should we leave?
They're just letting it go.
They realize there's not any money in it.
Well, exactly, there's no money. Why put yourself in someone else's domestic issues?
Beastman eats the chair,
yeah.
and out he goes. Worst appetizer ever.
So this is what you become. You accept darkness in your hearts. You worship those idols like beasts or aliens. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I have to get rid of Jimmy Shane. For your own good. I will get rid of every single one of these evil darkness. This place is doing something magical.
I agree.
It's not the place that I love, but will be again. Because this is my house.
Well,
His house is about to get a lot messier.
I think so. And I think he needs to realize that he might think it's his house, but someone else built it.
A lot of guys before him, including that guy.
And that's one of them, one of the architects of this house.
The other part of it about it is, that's the guy that patrols the outside of the house. Tries to make sure the riffraff doesn't get in. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen here.
Oh, there's riffraff.
Looks like he's got a lot on his mind. After last night, the Queen of War event, I would imagine
I'm imagining
he was
he's a little
feeling
tired.
pretty good.
Yeah, he's probably a little tired.
He's getting older, not a lot of double shot weekends in his future.
Whoa, let's with the owner, you know, we're the same age.
We saw this interaction at the last show, too. These
didn't
two
end
guys
well.
were pulled apart.
It didn't end real well.
Big Tom just took the microphone out of Matt Taylor's hands to guide that.
What's his microphone?
So I knew you out here running the cocksucker of the mouth.
Whoa!
Just change the rating of the whole show.
Whoa! PG-13.
17 years, I've been a fucking foundation.
Whoa! I think he's struck a nerve with Big Tom. I think he just told him right there. And I got to agree. Shoot!
Bang, bang.
Straight from the hip. Whoa! Just put Matt Taylor right in his place.
I'll never take away from you when you give 110%. I will never ever take that away from you. As a man to a man, I apologize for coming out here last time, and I apologize for coming out here now. And the only reason I'm apologizing is because I do have a little bit of respect for you still.
I think that might be misguided.
I don't feel like this is going to end well.
Well, just apologize. That's what Matt Taylor's been doing, everybody.
I don't think that's what he was doing.
Thanks, Justin. I think I deserve to do this. But sincerely, Tom, from the bottom of my heart, I forgive you.
Oh, what the hell?
What did the referee do?
What is that about?
The referee just hit him in the cojones.
Why? Oh, come on, Matt.
The hell?
So that's where we're at now, Matt Taylor. If you don't like something, you just destroy the person.
You
What?
can't.
Come on.
Oh. Another disciple
Are you kidding me?
in the stable of
This
the
is
crazies.
disgusting. What is wrong with that guy?
What's wrong with that guy? What's wrong with that girl?
And yes is the answer to both. Something's seriously, security. Anybody put a stop to this?
Yeah, look at him. There's just sitting
Nobody's
there.
gonna put a stop to this, really. Come on, he's trying. What are you gonna accomplish, Matt? Jail. Seriously, you're just standing
Come
there.
on, really?
Put a
I thought he
Thank
was
God.
somebody. Look at there
Thank
we
God
go.
for Nick Hahn.
Oh, Nick Hahn! What's he doing here? I thought he retired or something.
I don't know, but thank God for Nick Hahn.
I'll thank Coldwater for Nick Hahn. I don't know about God.
Hopefully, finally somebody with a level head in the damn ring.
With a big round head, I'll give him that.
A lot of bulk guys in this
A
promotion.
lot of old guys, yeah. They used to be younger and have hair. What the hell?
What is going on?
Don't fall for it, Nick. You're just big and dumb and stupid.
Why?
What?
Come on.
How did he just walk away from that?
At least he saved Big Tom.
Well, for the time being, it looks like he has. Big Tom may have just avoided a little bad injury, but he's still got that damn chair.
I forgive you.
What do you mean? What?
Oh! He just kicked Nick Hahn right in the face.
Seriously. What kind of piece of crap are you, Matt? You've got to imagine that in January, there's going to be hell to pay for Matt Taylor.
Stumbling around there, drunk on his own power. That is crazy. The very epitome.
Nikon returns and for trying to help out, it gets laid out.
Well, Nick Tom came in for a free meal, ended up getting a mouthful of foot.
A despicable human being.
I'm part of the Rookie Showcase, but little do you and everyone else know, I am the Showcase. And as for my opponent this Saturday, El Ridiculoso, I know you very well. You know me very well. We've never gone one-on-one, but I know that you've won championships all over the place, and you've been in the business for 10 years. But guess what? We're in the same spot, and it's only taken me 3 years to get there. And I'm gonna make my name at the expense of yours.
See, Sam, I listened to all the words that were monotonely and very robotically and incredibly boringly coming out of your mouth. And man, I'm looking into your eyes, and let me tell you, you don't have the cognitive capacity nor the backbone to been through the things I've been through or be to the places I've been. So do you think that we're in the same place is really just more insulting than anything else.
Rosberg, is that what he said?
I get it now. He's the natural.
He is the natural.
I believe there's a gentleman about 20 years ago that might have an ownership issue with that, but that's his lawsuit, not ours.
That's right.
We're just the vessel in which he plies his trade.
That's right. I
He
was the original natural.
He's had quite a few battles in Toledo lately with guys we know all too well. Awesome Gary Dawson, Mr. Main Event. You got to imagine what kind of individual gets into fights with those guys.
Well, part what I tell you.
You're probably a different guy once you're done fighting them.
Well, you probably are. Certainly not natural.
He apparently also had an extreme match against Father Time back in March.
Oh, wow. Must have whipped the shit out of him.
I didn't realize you had an alter ego and we're still working. Oh, never mind.
I've been trying to keep that on the low for my big comeback.
Father Time's doing pretty well. One half of the Natural Aces, too. In the Natural of San Diego, his first matchup here in War.
I really don't understand that outfit.
Well, for you, that's a university.
I'm the dean.
So, El Ridiculoso.
It's ridiculous.
This is ridiculous, you're right. But it is apparently beyond our comprehension where he's from. Which, again, to be honest, could be a lot of places.
It's certainly good.
This should be, if nothing else, based on watching these two gentlemen come out and interact with the crowd.
This should be entertaining
What an
as
interesting
hell.
match.
This should be interesting. You know, the natural, you said there was one other 20 years ago. There's been a couple of them, you know. Don't forget about Butch Reed, Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry, not Cody. I mean, there's another one, Dustin.
Dustin?
Dustin, yeah.
Cody would be the
He's my
American
brother.
Nightmare.
Well, Cody
You
would
don't know
be
your brother's name?
the second.
I guess you of all people, that seems right. The ridiculous one.
I've been hitting the head. I forget stuff.
Taking on Sam Beal. Apparently the ridiculous one is a much bigger fan. You can find his shirts. Hashtag party starts here on Pro Wrestling Tees.
That is crazy. Is that a thing, really?
Yeah, this is Pro Wrestling Tees account.
How did I ever do that?
Because you don't have 2,000 followers on Twitter.
Whoa! Twitter for now.
He's got some pretty cool shirts, though. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that.
well,
I haven't
that's
seen him
cool.
before, but
Yeah.
he refers to himself as the party starter.
He could be the party starter, but I'm here to tell you right now, I am the freaking party, brother.
We'll see exactly how that turns out for him throughout the course of this show. But now Sam Beal looking for the lockup right in the middle of the ring. And he's going to have the power advantage.
Oh, definitely. You don't got to be a rocket science to say that one's stronger than the other here.
It helps. Figure out all the math and all the theories.
There's math in rocket science?
I would think there's quite a few.
Huh. Go figure.
I think that's the science part of it. He also has a shirt that says that he's looking for his opportunity, but it's spelled T-E-E because it's on a t-shirt. That's genius.
That's ridiculous.
You might say it's ridiculous. He says it's genius.
Well, only if people are buying them.
How many times have you ever gone to the ring, though, with tassels?
I have a few times. Here's my other question. How many times are we going to see a cartwheel in one evening?
Well, at least three.
Look at Bill with
I
a
feel
little
like there
straight.
should be a board backstage. They should tell you if you can do that or not.
You would think there should be to do something like that. Maybe a couple guidelines or something of rules of the house, just like Monopoly.
Or you can't say the F word.
Well, you know, the guy that
already
made the
happened.
rules said it.
Wait, I can't wait to see, though, what happens to Matt Taylor. As the pose off now. This match has gotten different segments into it.
Well, I got to tell you, though, Ridiculoso's pecs are shiny.
I guess, was that him saying he approves?
I think he said he's going to try to give him the old shoulder tackle there.
Well,
Going to knock him down. Going to use his girth.
this is again part of the battle-tested series here at War, where the 6 winners of the 6 months worth of matches will face off at the anniversary show. We've already seen just a huge amount of talent on
Well, the
these
interesting
shows.
part is going to be is, are they going to face off against each other? Is it
And
going
I
to be
believe
3 on
it's a
3?
six-man
Is
match.
it? What is it going to be? That's what I want to know.
I believe it's a scramble match.
That would be
We've
interesting.
seen some terrific scramble matches at the anniversary shows.
Well, we've seen some terrific talent coming in on the old, Earn Your Spot series that we've had here on our fast track there to February.
Last month we had Paragon and Espiritu Maya.
That was an interesting one.
This one has been so far.
Well, so far this has been Sam Beal throwing the other guy down.
Now Sam Beal, he got outsmarted. And he's
Wait, did they just give him a spanking?
spanked for his sins. Right back behind him, and you know what this is, don't you?
That's ridiculous.
That's exactly right. I thought he was going for the German.
Oh, the domino stretch here.
I don't think this is how this is going to end.
Oh, no. Is he going to give him the claw?
Oh!
No, he's tickling. There's no tickling in wrestling.
Yeah, I think you're wrong on that account.
Well, then it's not wrestling.
Joe Kopaz is trying to explain.
Joe Kopaz is confused.
I think he's looking for an explanation. The up and the arm drag. The first wrestling move of this match.
Oh, and another
And a
one.
beautiful second one. So if nothing else, a ridiculous master of the arm drag.
And tickling.
Oh no.
He's going to do it again.
He just latched onto
Oh,
him.
right in the armpit. That's kind of gross, though. You don't know a guy's personal hygiene. Go throwing your fingers up in there. That crevice could be crawling with critters.
I don't think he cares because he's ridiculous.
Valid point.
It's even in his name.
I guess I don't have as many credits as you do.
Can you submit to tickling? Will that be the first?
I suppose. That'd make you a big pussy.
I don't understand. I'm wondering if he could do that. Is not trying to work over the arm. Oh no, Sam Beal has reached
he's had
angry
enough.
status.
He has had enough of this ridiculousness.
He's worn out from the tickling.
Oh, I don't think so. I think his patience
I
have
believe
been worn out.
That's going to work as Beal now with the, ridiculous with the change of directions.
What the hell's going on here?
He's going to be one tired dude after this match is over. Up and the takedown. Did not think I would see a head scissors.
I didn't think I'd see half this shit.
Now the leap right of the arms of Sam Beal and a straight
There
to the
you
sit-out
go.
power bomb.
That's what I've been waiting for.
That's not ridiculous, it's brutal.
And that's what it takes.
The finger from Joe Kopaz says just one.
Well, he gets a peanut finger up here. He's going to get one of his own back.
Just again, barely a 1. It's now Beal back in control.
Naturally.
Well, after he escaped the tickle party. Never thought I would say that in my life.
It's like the spirit of Jimmy Shane is taking over.
Did you know that El Ridiculoso, got it, was trained by both Brian Kendrick and Joey Ryan?
I'm sure they're disappointed.
I think it makes a lot more things make sense when you tell that story. Some of the stuff he's doing in the ring.
Okay.
Now,
you know what? I'll give that to you.
The entertainment aspect for the kids. I mean, he's got bright colors. It's a genius idea.
It does. He'll attract a bass or something like that, but we need to attract money. We need to attract wins. We need to attract money.
Also trained by Johnny Goodtime, which is just a terrific name to be trained by.
Even if you don't know what it is.
It's a terrific name. Beal now is a senton.
Oh, beautiful senton. You see the height on that? All that weight dropping down on that skinny little kid.
Still, though, only nets him a 2 count.
Only nets him a 2 count.
That's what I said.
Easy for you to say.
Also used to be part of a tag team that did the ridiculous one in which the name was Ridiculously Big. Him and Mr. Biggs.
Was it the other guy was big, huh?
That's what his name says.
Is that like an oxymoron, though? Was he like really small?
He's 6'1",
like
330.
Eric? Oh, yeah, he's a big dude. He's ridiculously
Great
big.
suplex by Beal. Held him up there for quite a while. Says, we're done. The flex and the pin.
Yeah, but that's not the thing to do. There isn't an ankle pick there, an ankle lock. Dude, the smart thing got there to the ropes to break that hold. You can hurt somebody like that.
I think that's what he was trying to do, and it's again a smart move because he was trying to keep Beal in his power base.
Oh, there
for being
you
able
go.
to stand and do that. 1, 2.
Well, I think you could have done that even one-footed. Hell, Kerry Von Erich did it for years.
Probably shouldn't surprise you either to know that Ridiculoso once tagged with Movado.
Now it makes sense.
I totally want to see matches from that tag team. Maybe we will.
Totally would.
If he's able to get a win here and get a contract in February, maybe we will be able to see that. It's a straight right
Boy,
from
wouldn't
Sam
we be the
Beal.
lucky ones?
I'd watch it. It's better than some of the other things on TV.
Well,
Great
that's a true
follow-away
story.
slam.
That's a true story. I was just watching some WWE the other day.
So now, Ridiculoso
The remote was too far away to turn the channel.
into the corner. The Dusty Dillinger Pro Wrestling Network coming soon to a YouTube near you.
That would be awesome. I'm telling you right now. Look, he's going to split the pot.
Maybe it's after you make about 5 Hall of Fames. I think that's the credential.
Is that what it is, 5 Hall of Fames? Well, I'm working on one coming up this February. Don't miss it.
Beal
Right here in Lima, Ohio.
taking a long time to line this up.
Maybe too long, and you see what happened. Gave it a ridiculous amount of time.
And he ate the elbow. It was a great roll through. Now Beal disoriented.
Discombobulated here, yeah, they are.
The single leg takedown.
You going back to that ankle? What the hell? He just set him
On the
back
roll,
up.
oh, kick to the back of the head.
See, this is like a coward. Kick him in the back.
That's got to be it. 1 and 2 and 3. No. Joe says 2.
Naturally. Yeah, he popping up all these facts on Ridiculoso. What about the natural? Got anything on him? Check out his Wikipedia or something. Maybe
Yes, the internet is not great.
Plenty of fish or something.
Went to Rossford High School. That's where he was announced from, by the way, in Toledo.
Oh,
Ridiculoso got
crossbody,
caught.
but Beal caught him.
Beal, great side slam.
Plants him down, almost like Big Boss Man there.
Thought he was going to do the push-ups, but still, just the 2 count. Again, I would pay to see him fight Gary Dawson.
Who's that, Sam Beal?
Sam Beal.
I think that'd be a good one. I've had some matches with Gary Dawson. Let me tell you, they were awesome. Naturally.
Fought up north and Northwest Ohio Wrestling. That's where he's been able to fight those guys. He just told the crowd to go watch anime. Well, we know he's not a big fan.
Evidently not.
Oh, he's got something lined up here. The
That's
corner
right.
goes for the spear.
There you go.
Ends up with a little bit of extra iron in his diet.
Took a ridiculous amount of time there and naturally got caught.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am sometimes. Look at this.
Looking
This
to
is
turn the page, and he does.
Hell,
Right
close.
on the back of the head. Turn the cover. 1, 2, and
oh! See, I thought that's the end of the book right there.
I don't think that's what happened. Again, Joe says 2 count.
He's like he's getting a heart massage or something there.
Not really sure what exactly that he was trying to do.
Oh, he's tickling him.
Trying to get him down.
Oh, and a smack to the buttocks.
And the spinebuster. My Lord, Sherman Tank would be proud as
They
hell.
just planted him right there with that spine buster.
And the underhook. That's a different way to get there.
That's right. He's had enough
Flips
of
on his
this.
back. 1, 2, and 3.
Naturally, the ridiculousness is over.
What is your Twitter at Dusty Dillinger? People can complain to you.
They can complain all they want.
So Sam Beal with an impressive win.
It's impressive that it took him that long to do that.
So we're denied now of seeing Bravado team back up with El Ridiculioso.
And I'm not all that broken up.
So Sam Beal with the win again. He will be a part of that match in February with all the winners that we've had in this series. And, you know, that might be one of the matches, I know me personally, I'm most looking forward to of seeing that group of talent back in the ring at one time.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, backstage right now with the new War Women's Champion, Paloma Star. We are just 24 hours removed from the inaugural Queen of War tournament, in which, Miss Paloma, you won. You had to survive 3 other very tough ladies to get that belt.
I knew this was going to be the outcome, just like everybody else should have already known. Que yo soy la reina de war. Que yo soy la campeona. I knew I was going to walk through that tournament. I don't care what the other girls said or did. I won fair and square, and I can't wait to do it again because this belt is sitting with me for a really long time.
Well, on that note, I do give you credit because we're just 24 hours removed, and tonight you're already going to be defending it once again, so I give you credit on that. It's an opponent that you've faced in the past, though, with Shauna Reed.
Me and Shauna, unfortunately, go well back. A year ago, she stole my jacket, and now she's trying to steal my title? No, that's not gonna happen again. No matter how many times I have to face Shauna Reed, the outcome's still gonna be the same. I'm gonna win, and I'll still be champion. So bring her back and make sure she brings my jacket so I can leave with my belts, with my cape, and my jacket.
And ladies and gentlemen, that match is coming up next.
But you think about how big that event was last night, Queen of War, the first time in
I
17
like
years
it.
that War Wrestling has brought you an all-women's event, big coverage here in the area about it, and just a terrific event.
And I'll tell you, I was excited.
A lot of great talent in that matchup, and well, the Queen of War in Paloma Star also just happens to be the War Wrestling Women's Champion. You saw it during the entrance, her throne. She's been calling everyone peasants, and well, at least that's what Duolingo tells me that she's been saying in Spanish.
Well, does it surprise you at all that she is the champion and the queen? I'm telling you.
No, because that was in the same match.
It was a matter of time. Just like Cody Jones. Dedication, perseverance. Do whatever it takes.
But you think about it, if you do not like Paloma Star, there are quite a few folks here tonight that do not.
Well, you don't have to like her.
you still have to have a tremendous amount of respect because remember, she is one half of the first two women to ever main event a war show. That was the anniversary show of the Cage. She beat the hell out of Heather Owens, who got, well, quite a bit of redemption. They bled, there was a banana, there was all kinds of craziness. You can find that, by the way. Go back and watch that show. But I would imagine that when she's formally introduced here by Val Capone, that the Queen of War is going to have quite a few things to say, some of which you might even understand.
It might. But you're exactly right. Oh, here she goes. Here she goes. Everybody be quiet. She doesn't even know how to turn it on. Doesn't do that ovation from the crowd.
I don't think that's what you're thinking of.
That's right, she's an American. That's right. From Chicago.
Chicago's apparently not in the States here in Lima, Ohio. She said a lot of things.
It's interesting that two women still be fighting over a piece of clothing, one borrowed from the other and never getting back.
It's interesting that she's saying that she won it all by herself, and you know damn well that's not how it went down.
She was the only one with her hand raised. Here's some music. I think maybe there's a Pretty Little Psycho. Uh-oh. Then we've had
look at the
opportunity.
jacket she's got on.
She's got it on, and you know we've had opportunity to see this girl on all kinds of national television right now. So I think if anybody is going to challenge for that belt, she's a good candidate.
Now the problem is she came out by herself. Look at the other side of the ring, and Cody Jones is over there.
I don't see Cody Jones. That's what's his face?
Sorry, Shane Foster.
Yeah.
I was thinking Cody Jones is not far behind.
Something else from her closet. She's announced her intentions, plain and simple. And you know, it pains me to say that I know something that you don't. And I wish I could spill the beans, but I was sworn to secrecy.
So Shane Foster on the outside, I was thinking, reading while I was talking about Cody Jones later on defending his War Wrestling title, and I still say, if Paloma Star is here, Cody Jones is not far behind.
Hey! I kind of like this chick. Slick Rick, go sit down.
He did.
Stay there. Look at that, I learned some stuff. I watched some old Eddie Guerrero tapes. Little psycho going crazy on Paloma Star right from the get-go.
So Paloma on the outside, but this is not, again, necessarily where you want to be.
Not with a crazy person, you know, that's for sure.
Well, the brain doesn't work the normal way.
No, if at all, sometimes.
And Paloma now will sit into the corner right in front of the fans, and she skirts disaster.
Her skirt's about showing her backside.
Don't have her come this way.
No, don't bring that craziness over here, lady.
No.
Oh, ow.
Keep them away from the trash can and security do your job.
Well, baby, oh, right into that wall.
Face first into the wall. She tried to call a timeout.
No, she was calling for Shane to help, but then she moved out of the way.
Just rearranging.
Well, they rearranging the living room.
Wait a minute.
Oh, this can't be
Come on,
good. This
Joe.
can't be good.
Security not doing a damn thing.
Oh!
That's she picked up a 7-10 split right there.
That's right. She'll get a patch for that from 20th Century. Man, Shane just can't believe it. He don't know what to do.
Come to the show, lose your seat, watch it be used as a weapon.
I guess so.
I don't know why is Shane even anywhere near now. Paloma being choked out.
Right there on that steel guardrail.
I don't understand why Shane Foster's not a manager. Why is he even out here? Back into the ring goes Paloma Star. Oh. All right, showing some feist.
I don't know how Mr. Foster's going to respond to that.
Shauna Reed just spit right in his face, and the running backside.
I believe they call that the booty, McCormick.
I don't think that she's going to say Yo Soy Paloma right now.
Oh!
Knees to the back. Nothing going right for the champ.
Oh!
It's the leg drop. She's thinking about.
She's got it rocking and rolling, baby.
I don't know where
she's
going.
Kind of like a classic.
Now Paloma up in the corner, and she
good
used the
move.
referee as a shield.
That's a hell of a shield there.
Goes for the backslide. 1, 2. Long legs of Shauna Reed able to help her get over and get out of the way of that pin. Paloma, though, with a senton. That'll go up on the board. On the 2 count, says Joey K.
That's right. What's every man's need, my guy?
Or senton. See, exactly. Why is he allowed at ringside?
That's ridiculous.
No, that was the last match.
Naturally.
So Paloma, she thought it looked like she was pulling her hair out.
Well, just be careful. There's going to be weeds and horsehair flying everywhere like it's the Kentucky Derby.
You have no friends backstage.
Oh, but I do.
Not anymore. Not with this show airs. You and Ripper, maybe.
Probably not. Oh, I've had worse friends, I promise you.
Well, you sure as heck don't have any better ones.
I never said better. I never said better.
Full head of steam and 8 boots.
That is not a meal fit for a queen right there.
Shauna going up to the higher red district.
But can she afford to run up on top of the tower?
Across the top of the dome of Paloma Star, now the highest of rents.
Oh,
caught the
she
crossbody.
caught her!
Down goes the midsection against the knee. Paloma with a cover. 1, 2, and that's all.
You know, she could have had it. Look, that's a smart thing right there. She's still continuing to punch him on the back.
She's kind of throwing a tantrum. Just happened to be with tiny little fists across the back of Shauna Reed.
Tomato.
Now, hook of using the body scissors.
There you go, wear them down, keep her from breathing. She's already caused a little damage in that back. This is a smart thing to do.
Although, speaking of smart things to do, she's going to not apply the pressure correctly, reach back and try to get the pin. Work for a 1 count.
Eventually.
Shauna now just being brutalized on 2 fronts. Paloma rolls over.
And the back.
Now getting a workout. Beat a terrific crop of talent last night to pick up that shiny new belt, the robe, and the chair as well, and the title.
It was nice. I enjoyed hanging around, looking at the fans enjoying themselves.
Saw a lot of talent that we hadn't seen in a while, too.
I saw a lot of talent, yes.
Including one of the first women's champions, Kenny LaFleur. Had a different name back then, but still a tremendous talent.
Yeah, I believe so. And Heather Owens.
Her as well, and the impact that she made in that show.
Oh, man, it's just amazing. It's a great show, something great to be a part of. And my biggest thing that I took away from it is I didn't have to work. I just got to sit back and watch.
Work smarter, not harder. Work not at all, work smart.
That's right, baby. Story of a long and storied career.
Paloma with the count up to 3 on the outside. Wow, straight right hand to the mouth.
Oh!
This one more of a forearm, but the very first was a straight right.
Well, she's going to have to get a new crown after that.
Shauna Reed getting raw with the face of Paloma Star. Paloma now back into the ring, going for the cover.
Oh. Shauna was just able to get out of that thing there. But, you know, she's come a long way. She's had a lot of good tutelage. And I'll tell you, I don't know. I'm not allowed to say or anything, but I found out who her boyfriend was. She's got a boyfriend.
And the cover right in the center of the ring. Now both down in the center of the ring.
Shauna's trying to get this crowd going a little bit, but they're already well into her. She needs to just get up, dig down deep, and start fighting a little bit.
And a sling blade right in the center of the ring.
Right to the champ there.
There's
and
the second
queen.
one. Now wow.
Oh, beautiful. That should be enough right there. We could be looking at a new champion tonight.
She's got to be.
Wait, what?
Why is she?
What is she doing?
With the robe.
Oh, she wants to borrow the jacket.
You can have the robe if you win the match. You can take it later.
She just wants to take it now.
She wants Joe to. It's.
Olé!
El Matadora. In reverse. Paloma wearing red. Incensed by the.
Look at this. She just realized what a fool she's been made to be. It's like Bugs Bunny.
Into the post. That wily rabbit of the post getting in the way.
No, I guess so. Didn't you always like it when Bugs would dress up like a woman and look all hot and everything?
Well, Joe's trying to be the. Well, I guess Joe's now the queen of war.
I was talking about him.
This is the worst Snow White invitation ever.
What is Foster doing? He's fanning the queen.
Well, it is warm in here.
It's like a mysterious cloak.
I don't think Joe can see anymore.
Oh, she just sucked what she
hit
got
her
her
with?
hand. She just stuffed her bra.
And Joe with the cape makes the cover. The ridiculousness continues.
It is. Look to be made the court jester there.
Paloma Star still the Queen of War.
I'm telling you, she's just stuffed her bra with something.
And
those
still,
aren't natural.
The War Wrestling Women's Champion now. Just trying to figure out.
Joe's going to take that home and oil himself up with some Vaseline and dryer lint.
Wait a second. What's going on here?
Pretty little psycho.
Well, she got
up and running already. She still kept that one.
But not the win. That belongs to the Queen of War and the War Wrestling Women's Champion in Paloma Star.
We've seen plenty tonight, and there's still plenty more to come. There he is there, McCormick. That's the guy who's walking in with all the advantage tonight. He's walking in with all the confidence in the world that he can finish off Aaron Williams tonight.
Already up 2-0 as you heard, and he's had this belt before. He knows exactly what this means, what that spot means. When Aaron Williams challenged him a couple of months ago, he said, "You and I know what this is. This is the workhorse title here in War, and you've got to come out and prove it, and you've got to win this best of 5 if you're Aaron Williams. You've got to win the next 3 matches."
Well, the thing is Aaron Williams laid down the challenge, and Orlando Christopher has more than stepped up to it. So my question is, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, what effect has all this had on Aaron Williams? Losing 2 in a row, we saw him throw a couple temper tantrums out there. This man, this is for his life tonight. Whoa, there's a different look.
More respect champion.
Well, he's got to try something different. He's got to change things up.
And it looks like he did. Looks like maybe he's been in touch with his inner clockwork.
The moniker is the baddest man alive, and he's going to try to prove that. But he doesn't have to be alive. He's just got to be badder than what Orlando Christopher is tonight.
That's right. Right now, though, he looks like he's the baddest pimp alive. Well, the Godfather.
And if you follow the career of Aaron Williams, you look at how he's come to be. He was astonishing at one point. I just watched him a couple of weeks ago and a couple of days ago put on a terrific match down in Cincinnati with Savion, a young 23-year-old prodigy, and he said, you know, those kind of matches reinvigorate Aaron Williams. He had this kind of moniker, and this is where he goes when he starts to go to that darker place of, I've got to do something. It's got to be big. It's got to be unexpected because he's got 15 years under his belt, or that belt, and you've got to come out with something against a smart guy, a well-versed and I would say normally well-read, like Orlando Christopher, but he's got your number. It's 2.
Soon to be 3.
That remains to be seen. That's why matches aren't on paper.
Well, I tell you what, whatever he's got to pull out, he's got to pull it out tonight, or it's quitance.
It's bye-bye time.
Good
That belt.
night, Irene.
If he doesn't win, that's the last time as he gives it away to the official that he'll hold that belt.
And honestly, in my mind, I got to think that it's very possible that was the last time he will ever walk out that curtain as the War Respect champion.
Again, that remains to be seen. And the one big thing, though, Orlando Christopher's always looking for some way that he can break you down. Talk about how smart he is in the ring. You're wearing a tie. You got to think maybe Williams didn't think that one through.
There's something. Something is different. Not just his clothes.
Making the kid shine his boots.
Something has changed. Something is different in this man's head. Could it be being down 2 matches to none? Maybe.
Crowd kind of split in how they feel, like the pot here tonight. Big pot for War Wrestling.
Well, you know, that's one of the things that used to draw a bunch of people in was the pot.
Williams right backed up to his feet on the kip up. And every time that they're here, I think about the matches these guys have had in this building, not just against one another, but Williams has held that title a couple of different times under different monikers, and Christopher wants to take it back from him.
That's right, I tell you. You know, it was a different attire, but not a different mindset there. And Williams still able to go out there and wrestle hold for hold, but Orlando Christopher showing you right there, coming out on top, why he is up 2-0.
It's a couple of matches that, you know, the first one kind of just one mistake by Williams cost him. The second one, he and Christopher took it to the limit. As you expect that when this was signed as best of 5, that's what you were going to get. 2 of the best in the company and 2 of the best at their hour period. Whether it's the U.S., the Midwest, or Canada.
That's right. I think the best 2 of the best you're going to find in any promotion across these United States, Canada, Mexico. These are 2 of the best guys right now, I would say, in the world right now.
I firmly believe you could put these 2 guys on any match in any card in any building in the world, and they would rip the roof off the place.
You certainly would. There's a reason why they've been able to have the longevity they have and also be in contention for that Respect Championship, because the respect they garner and the respect they've earned is certainly not going unnoticed anywhere.
But again, you would imagine, if you sort of look at this, there's a lot of pressure on Williams because Christopher's got a cushion. He doesn't have to necessarily beat him. And you get to a point, maybe you knock him to the outside, you can leave him down there. Williams just walks through the shoulder tackle. Didn't walk through the second one.
A little bit of aggressiveness there on the part of Orlando Christopher there, and I don't think Aaron Williams is ready for that. And I wish he didn't have his back to us. I'd love to see the look on his face right now.
You get a look at Williams trying to figure out maybe he doesn't need the tie.
I get no respect, I tell you.
Trying to think about if he wants to be more businesslike and gets rid of the tie. Oh, I think he's going to ditch the shirt too.
Well, I think as far as business goes, I think he's ready to relax a little bit and let the party hang out.
Now casual Saturday.
That's the thing about a black shirt. It can go from work right to the club.
I think that's maybe he's looking to hit the pay window, then hit the club.
Well, wherever he's been, I think, like I said, just looking from the entirety coming to the ring, I think wherever he's been, there's been something. Something has changed.
Williams able to get a side headlock as he changes directions. Shot off the ropes by Christopher. The low bridge rolled right back to him. It's like the old days, make you run the ropes.
Oh, very nice. Avoided the hip toss there.
And Williams with a clothesline.
Up and over goes Orlando Christopher.
Oh, look at him. He's thinking about a flight. You can leave Vandalia from here, the Lyman Airport, and the tope to a seat right through the ropes.
See, now's the point if he still had that tie on, he can straighten it up.
Williams, though, admiring his handiwork as he continues to become more casual. Referee calling out the cadence up to 3 already.
Oh, that was a thud. That was a thud.
You know you slapped a guy hard when the referee is in the middle of the ring, stops his count to clutch his own chest.
Well, I think I've done that a time or 2 in my day.
Probably taken a couple, too. And right into the post. Smart move on the up and over from Williams.
That's right, but there you see again, I think he's just reached a point where he's ready to do whatever it takes to keep that belt around his waist. Or maybe it isn't even about the belt now. Maybe it's just about his own self-respect.
Well, it is an interesting thing because we talked about the change of attire for Williams, the change of attitude seemingly. It's about so-called, you beat the clock in terms of you're down 2-0. You obviously want to beat Orlando Christopher, but with Williams, I think at this point, your whole point was you wanted to prove you're the best. You're fighting yourself at some point, too.
Well, if you're going to call yourself the baddest man in the world, you better be the best. You better be able to go out there and prove it night in and night out. And for the last 2 matches, he has not been able to do that.
Oh, that is steaming up and over. Goes Williams, took a back elbow right to the face. Might need a new dentist. Christopher, where is he going? Williams on the outside. Just able to avoid his...
That'll hurt a little bit.
Williams hit shoulder first, and he running clothesline. Watch out, Mallory.
Look at that, Orlando Christopher, who's sacrificing his own self to dish out the punishment on Aaron Williams. Dirty up them white pants.
He mopped the floors here every once in a while, but it's not going to help you if you're the one that's spilling your blood across it.
That's exactly right, and all these people out here, they're not cleaning up. Cleaning up after themselves. They spill their sodas. A bunch of pigs.
Well, the guy in the front row said, bring him over here and do it.
I think he's delivering him.
Obliges.
Right there into that steel. That steel is not forgiving.
Doesn't give.
Does not at all. I can attest.
Doesn't give or forgive. So Williams
what is
back
he doing
in,
here?
I don't know, but look at where Williams' neck is draped against that.
That's not good.
Leg drop. Brother, he hit him square.
Right across the neck and chest area. I think Williams is in a bad way right now.
Christopher just kind of stalking his prey. Every time he's here, I think about the match that he had that went all around the building before this championship. Now with the cover.
Against the current champion, Cody Jones. But I got to tell you, I walked up to both them men, whether friend or not, and I had to tell them that was one of the best matches, best battles I had seen in a long, long time.
There were so many good ones that night.
I almost wish I'd have been in one of them.
Oh, wait. You can go back and see if that's true. You'll be like the guy they edit out of every match.
Yeah, probably. I'm like the F in WWF.
So the side wrestle being applied here and just trying to make Aaron Williams go to sleep. One way that he won't be able to come kick you in the face.
That's right, put him out. And I'll tell you, the whole thing about that is it really limits how much breath you can get after you've taken a beating, so it's hard to come back for it, but Aaron Williams seems to be up to the challenge right here.
Williams now ducked the chop and up and over.
Telegraphed that a little bit.
1 and 2. Williams gets rolled back up.
Fish out of the water here.
To the other way.
Oh, my.
Christopher. 1, 2.
Now that's a thing for the referee there.
And the backslide as well. 1, 2.
Well, get them all in, boys. Get them all in. Oh, Michinoku driver.
1, 2, and hook the inside leg.
Man. That's right. Applaud that. Jesus. That referee did a hell of a job. He kept up with it. He didn't. Oh! Orlando Christopher reaching deep down there, pulling out a little shades of Eddie Guerrero there. Love that move.
How many times have you done that one?
What's today?
Saturday.
Yes.
December the 7th. That would be your end game. And now, though, look at the pressure being applied close to the ropes, but it doesn't matter because there's not a lot of places Williams can go with the full body weight of Orlando Christopher right on top of him.
That's right, and again, what he's doing is stopping the man's ability to be able to catch his breath. Can't catch your breath, can't recover. If you can't recover, you can't think.
Then you can't win.
That's right. It's hard to develop a strategy when you're all you're thinking about is breathing. Oh! Now that was just brutal right there. Looks like Aaron Williams is reaching deep down too. Do whatever it has to do to keep that belt. At some point, this whole series of matches so far is going to have to have taken a toll on one or both of these men.
Count already up to 6.
And Orlando Christopher's back up. So's Aaron Williams. Oh!
Straight right hand to the jaw.
Gave it to him. Big forearm. I swear to God, somebody hits me like that.
You hit him right back like these guys are doing.
Oh, man, that'd be the last time they hit me like that.
Another straight forearm.
They better call their mother, come pick him up. Oh! Not just to force behind the punch, but Aaron Williams on him. Jeez.
Nearly bit his tongue in half was Christopher.
Using their own bodies as weapons here.
And they don't seem to care, just continuing to go back to one another. Williams motivated by not losing his precious title, and Christopher motivated by trying to take it.
Is it that he's trying to take it, or is it just like trying to prove something to Aaron Williams that maybe he is just as good, maybe he is just as worthy, maybe Aaron Williams is not better than Orlando Christopher?
And Williams continues to be frustrated, goes for the splash in the corner. They spin in the
like
big
a big
backhand
chop there.
Hooks the Fisherman driver right into the cover. 1, 2.
He kicked out of that. And Aaron Williams, he can't even believe this. He's got to shake his hands like there's no way that just happened. But it happened, brother. It happened right there in the middle of that ring in front of all these people.
So Williams with Christopher. Look, Christopher almost begging for it. Come on. Went for the kick, knew it was coming. The go around
like
with
they
Williams.
haven't seen it before.
Falls right back into the middle, up and over. Christopher goes for the roll through 1.
Cradle. Oh.
Just grabbed the 2 count. Oh,
Yeah.
my Lord.
And this just knocked the spit right out of him.
Almost spit on the referee.
Either that or it's a tooth.
I don't know where Williams didn't go for that cover. He might not know where he's at.
Might take him, he might be discombobulated.
He turned to ask what that word was.
I think he might have heard me.
He's a long way from where Christopher is, and he's not going to know it now. Christopher looking
there he goes. Oh,
for that power bomb.
Just hammer fist right to the top of the head.
Williams still hell-bent on going to the top.
Oh! Ow.
No effect. A big back elbow right into the jaw again.
Orlando Christopher's not giving him. Oh, that'll get you.
A quick kick, and not only did Williams get tied in the tree of woe, he hit his head on the canvas.
Look at Orlando Christopher.
Look at it go coast to coast. From Michigan all the way to Lima, Ohio.
Eat your heart out, Shane McMahon.
Put the headbutt on the mark.
But what did he take out of himself?
Look out.
These fans want to see this. They want to see Orlando Christopher win this title tonight.
He goes for the cover. 1, 2.
No!
And he nearly did it.
Doesn't seem to be an ounce of quit in neither one of these guys. But look, Orlando Christopher wants to know what the hell he's got to do.
Even the hair on the back of his head is standing straight up.
He's done it twice already. He's got a good idea. Now he's just got to get it together.
With the headbutt, the chops back and forth. Big right hand. So right hands aplenty.
Oh.
Now chops. Let's see what you've got. Gets the mantra provoke, and Williams
they're going
blocked
to have
it.
damn bruises all over themselves.
Now with the slapping combination of the big right hand to the face. Williams shoots Christopher into the corner.
Oh!
The big elbow now in the center of the ring. Well, he went for it. He didn't get
Went
it.
up and out. Oh!
Williams
What
landed
happened?
awkwardly on his left knee. Christopher being shoved off by the official.
Well, there you go. You know, it's just showing you a little bit of respect there of Orlando Christopher for his competitor.
Makes sense considering it's in the title.
Have
The referee just called for the officials
to come out and help. Well, for those of you who don't know, though, that X sign means that somebody's injured and we need some help out here.
And that X sign also means to you that this is not any part of the show. That's a real life injury that Williams feels like maybe he can't continue.
Well, I think they need to figure it out real quick here. If not, they're going to call the match. But here's my question. If they call this match, is it a draw? Does he forfeit? Does Christopher win?
I mean, I would think Christopher he would win because Aaron couldn't continue.
That'd be a shitful way to win this title, and I don't think that's the way Orlando and Christopher would want to win the title.
And look at the look on his face. He's kind of thinking the same thing.
Like, man, I don't want it to be like this.
Williams.
If I was going to win it, I wanted to win it, not be given it.
Christopher clapping and trying to just kind of help up and appreciate his opponent. Referee trying to keep them apart as Williams just trying to fight his way back to the...
one friend helping another friend up, see? That's the sign. That's why this is called the respect. What the
Wait,
hell?
hold on.
What
Williams
the hell?
with the roll-up.
He was playing possum. He was playing possum.
His knee was fine.
Well, he's limping a little bit, so maybe it was. But he just pulled it off.
The baddest man alive, Aaron Williams.
He was the smartest man alive tonight. Fooled everyone.
Orlando Christopher 2, Aaron Williams 1.
So this series will go to calm before the storm in January at 2-1 in favor of Orlando Christopher. But what's it going to be like in that fourth match, knowing what we just saw?
No, this is what I want to know. Let's just say, what if Aaron Williams wins next month? What's that fifth match? What is that fifth match going to be like come February?
Considering it's the anniversary show, my guess is huge.
I think bigger than huge. Huge-mongous.
Williams now talking a little bit of trash, and Christopher realizes he's been played.
Well, I suppose you don't get to become the baddest man on the planet by being a sucker.
Williams disappointed and said, I outthought you. That's one. That is one thus far, sir, but you're still down 2-1. The change of attitude helps Aaron Williams, at least for now, retain his belt.
Well, Christopher can't believe it. But I think it's sinking in.
Backstage right now with Orlando Christopher, and Orlando going into tonight, you're up 2-0 against Aaron Williams, and it looked like you had this series in the bag, and then there at the end, through no fault of your own, I guess Aaron pulled a fast one on you or something?
No, he got me. Let's give it to him. You got me, Aaron. It's a smart move. Do you know what you showed me? Showed me that you're afraid. All that talk about being the best wrestler here, being better than me, I've out-wrestled you so far. And I think that showed your fear. You call yourself the baddest man alive? I think you're afraid of little Orlando. And I think next match, you ain't pulling no fast ones this time. And it's coming down, just me and you, man to man. And I don't think you can go toe to toe. Baddest man alive, you better prove it.
December 7th, War Wrestling. It will be the end game. But Mojo, that little chant you did, it didn't scare me, bro. It didn't put fear in my heart. It didn't make me think you're some kind of demon coming for me. You see, I am violence personified. And come December 7th, at Endgame, best believe you're putting your life on the line when you get in the ring with me. Because it very well may be your Endgame.
Tonight's show, come out with Paloma Star.
over the last couple of months with the henchman, so to speak, in Shane Foster, the henchman of the War Wrestling Champion. He's had run-ins with Austin Mannix. He's had a lot of things, but it all comes down to one thing. Cody Jones' War Wrestling title and how everybody is gunning for it.
You're exactly right. And here's the thing I want to know. It's been a while since I feel like we've seen the Voodoo King, Mojo McKing. I feel like it's about time to get back to basics and start casting spells and digging graves.
You gotta wonder what kind of mindset Mojo has though right now with what he's been through in the last couple of months.
He's been through a lot. And like I said, maybe it's a time to get back to the basics. Get back to Granny's house, get your mind right, and come back and do this. Take care of business the way you're supposed to take care of business.
See if he can do exactly that. Look at the stare down. Shane Foster does not want to look Mojo right in, well, wherever you believe the eyes are. It's not wise.
They're usually right on either side of the nose.
Not wise to punch him right in the face. But I can't imagine, though, you look at Mojo's eyes, you see what you might see with a normal person. Is Mojo, he was looking to go choke slam to end this thing quickly.
Big hip toss there out of Mojo. I don't think Foster was expecting all that right off the bat, but that's for sure what he's getting.
On Mojo. Oh, he went for the spinning leg drop.
That he missed because he took too dang long.
Super kick right to the head.
Basics.
And just a 1 count. Mojo sat straight back up. Look at the look on Shane Foster's face. Mojo is not the normal guy that he's in the ring with.
He's not, but just for your information, that's the look he's always got. He looks like that. That's the way he looks.
He had a bewildered look.
Oh, look at that.
The over-the-head toss with 2 hands.
Grabbed him by his throat and just tossed him over the head like he was a rag doll. Don't ask him, just do it.
And he went back again. The way he threw him the first time, threw him back the other way.
Supposed to make sure he hits every corner there.
Looking to end it again with a choke slam.
Oh.
Big move from Mojo. He goes for the cover. Center of the ring, 1, 2. Just a 2 count.
That was nice right there. That was quick, it was concise, and it was impactful.
Mojo just kind of stalking him right now. Big headbutt. Down it goes Shane. Like just, again, I kind of wonder the way that Shane Foster is right now. Is he trying to kind of explain to himself that he can do this, or is he trying to tell Mojo he can't do it to him?
I don't know. Maybe he's just thinking that he needs to survive.
And a German.
Oh!
Mojo stood right back up.
He snapped right back up. He fell right on his head. Right on his head.
Mojo just, again, he just seems irritated. Up on the back and up and over. Landed on his feet.
I don't think that's what he wants.
Look at again, the look of bewilderment. Foster's going to try something up and over, and Mojo down to the floor, but he stood right back up. It's almost as if something is possessing him and leading him through exactly what is happening here. Mojo now big shot to the belly.
I don't know that Shane Foster is sure this is what he signed up for.
And look at Mojo. The official started to count, and he just turned and pointed to him as if to say, no. straight right hand, and down goes Foster. Mojo seems preoccupied with something going on in front. Oh, I see what it is. There's a fan with his foot up, and he rammed Shane Foster straight into it.
You know, he did that to me once. Ran me right into some dude's Nike.
That's exactly what he just did to that young man in the front row. He's over there loving it. That's the experience you get when you get front row tickets here and more.
That's definitely VIP. But my thing, I'd be afraid Shane Foster would be waiting for me out in the parking lot.
If his shoes are Puma, it's very important Puma. Because he sent him right back into it.
Do people still wear Pumas? Is that a thing?
They just signed a huge deal. I don't know.
Who did?
A bunch of NBA guys.
Huh. Imagine that.
Foster in a terrible position over there. Even security got out of the way as Mojo stalks him. And Foster being yelled, Foster sucks by the fans here. Mojo is just angry. Slammed him face first on the outside of the ring. And wherever Mojo is getting his power from.
He's pulling it from somewhere, I tell you. I know they thought they had him. Oh!
Return the favor to Mojo. Foster now right over the back. Took 2 steps and down to the floor. And down goes Mojo. Foster sends him right back up into the ring. Already seen a lot of crazy things here. These guys involved in a tag team match at Thanksgiving. It was Cody Jones and Shane Foster against Mojo and Mannix.
Yep.
Same 4 guys involved in the last 2 matches here tonight. Might be the smartest thing to do for Shane Foster. Trying to put Mojo to sleep.
We're certainly trying it, that's for sure. But I'll tell you, Mojo's put his fair share of people to sleep and put them out.
Said the clock was ticking. Did Mojo McQueen on Cody Jones's title reign. Said he's here to rid him of the issue of that belt. Mojo's already held the respect title. Looking to take the heavyweight title as well. First, he's got to get a chance.
That's exactly right.
He's got to get a one-on-one even chance.
But also, let's think. You're talking about Shane Foster being dominant here. Eventually, he's going to want a shot at that title too.
Everyone betrays their friends for gold. That's the lesson.
It's not a matter of betrayal. It's a matter of perseverance. You know what I mean?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So you're sure about one of those books we were talking about earlier on?
Yeah, Thesaurus?
I would say you need a lot of those. You need the guy that comes to your house and has all the old books.
Well, we got some of them. They're holding up to one end of the couch.
Mojo just shaking his head no. He didn't like those books.
Not at all.
Shane Foster's trying to spread peace through violence. Right now, trying to...
he's about to lose a big piece of him from the looks of it.
Trying to get enough.
Mojo McQueen. Look at it. Like a Hawk and Ultimate Warrior. Crashed into one there. Shaking the ropes. About ready to go.
Loaded up that forearm, but swinging him in. And their running kick right to the face found its mark.
Not just impact, but speed of Shane Foster.
Had a lot of impact behind it.
That was crazy. It was like, there was fury behind that.
Like a rocket kick right to the face.
That was nice. I want to watch that back later.
Good news is you can. Just hit rewind.
That's right. Or go to the World Wrestling YouTube channel. See all kinds of stuff there. You can even see me.
Foster, double axe handle to the back of Mojo. I was going to maybe try this again. Didn't go well the first couple of times. Second time around, not good either. Look at the look on Foster's face. Didn't work from the middle turnbuckle. Now he's going to try to go to the top. Mojo trying to figure things out. It caught him. Foster's going for a ride. Reservations for one choke slam, please. Mojo full head of steam. Nearly took him out. Oh. Hit him with a black hole slam. 1, 2, and That's not enough. Credit Foster.
You
for the
got to credit
wherewithal
him
to stay in this match.
Hell yeah, you got to. So, what they call it, a flurry of moves there.
See exactly what he does in the, oh no, the last rites from Mojo. Looking for that higher power to guide him to win, and into the cutter.
Oh!
Shane Foster caught Mojo with a mistake. Surely this is not the 3 count. 1, 2, and
look at that, Shane Foster can't believe this. It's almost like he's superhuman or something.
you can hear the frustration. Now building up into the corner just in front of the cameras. And what is that smell?
I don't know. It wasn't me, though, I can tell you that.
All of a sudden, the rocket kicked the other way.
Wasn't that nice? Mojo got that knee up there real high.
It smells
put him
like
down.
death in here.
No, that wasn't me, though. I think it's that guy in front of me. He had the nachos earlier.
Wait,
oh.
what? I should have known.
It's the queen coming to tease the king.
Why? And there's Cody Jones. That's what you don't see behind the referee's back.
No.
Shane Foster in possession.
This is just thievery right here. It's thievery.
In possession of the title, and the champion with the one-fingered salute. That's
turn
classy.
Turn around, Mojo. Turn around.
That's classy from
that
the
was
World Wrestling
close.
Champion. Gave him back the belt.
Mojo outthought it.
Referee needs to turn around.
Put him down.
Hit him with the slam. 1, 2, 3.
Staring right to the eyes of the champion, Cody Jones. But Cody jumped right in there, right into the fight.
And Mojo wins the battle, but not the war.
The war continues.
The War Wrestling Champion in possession and in charge of the box, as well as the Women's Champion. Sure as hell not a lot of respect being shown from the champions around here.
Surely there isn't. Or the chairs, for that matter.
I don't know what Paloma's looking for under the ring. It's a 3-on-1. It's a mugging. Cody Jones with a chair. He's got a chair bridge built in the middle of the ring. Cody talks all the time about respect. This is not it.
Not at all. This isn't the way to get it either. All you're going to do is make yourself some enemies you don't want.
And it suplex through the chairs. Come on now.
We're going to take that out of the deposit
there's
right
Austin
there.
Maddox for the equalizer.
I believe they call that a kendo stick.
Can't breathe now with the smoke in the air. All the souls getting loose from Mojo's box of power. Some bad souls around the ring right now.
That there certainly is.
And
Looks like there's a bit of a continuation from last show.
The unlikely duo of Austin Maddox and Mojo McQueen.
Well, if you're going to have a team, Maddox kills and Voodoo takes them straight to hell.
So the duo of Cody and Shane on the outside. Referees trying to check on Mojo and the security as well. Nowhere to be found when things going south, but they're the first two guys up there every time.
But there's the cameraman JL with that messed up hair.
Who's it?
Somehow he's always
right
there.
I wonder if he's got a phone call.
He could never know. Is that little blue thing flashing?
Look at Mojo. Can't even get up to his feet.
It's flashing. Boom, da, boom, da.
So exactly what remains to be seen here. Again, Maddox.
Maddox holding everybody off so that Mojo's able to get a little help there. But Maddox better watch. Right behind him.
Shane Foster with a spin. Maddox cut him off with the right hand.
It just wasn't enough.
Now what are you going to do, champ?
You can tell he's a parent. He's got eyes in the back of his head.
He needs it right now because, come on.
Oh, he didn't see that coming.
The Queen of War with a low blow.
Probably not a lot coming tonight.
Look at Cody, after they've done the damage, he says, no, go ahead, I'll take this.
Now let me take it now that he's down. Stood outside like a little pussy out there. Is this our main event?
It is the main event.
We're going right into it.
They pretty much turned one into the other.
I guess so.
And the second generation wrestler in Jones. Oh, look, he thinks he's got this in the bag.
Well, that would be a terrible miscalculation on his part.
The foot into the corner. And already another pair of drop kicks.
He's looking to end it right now.
Go to sleep. Austin Mannix has got to be out.
Time to go. Nice day.
No.
How on earth did he kick out from that?
A one-man wrecking crew. And Austin Mannix has been wrecked by the crew of Cody Jones. Trying to get right back into this one, and Cody Jones now entering month number 7 as the War Wrestling Champion.
You know, it hasn't been by accident. It's been by hook or by crook.
And hook and crook.
That's right. You ain't cheating if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Mannix trying to get back to some semblance.
Jingle bells.
Rocket kick again. Put that on your move board.
Wow. I don't even want to try that.
Just hit the repeat button. Right hands, and still keep in mind, this is a 3-on-1.
Realistically, yes it is.
But this is definitely 3 against 1. We've already seen that come into play. Jones being beaten within an inch of his life.
Well, you know, it's good you've seen Austin Mannix come into his own as a singles competitor since Brandon Edwards has been out of the picture. And I dare to say the intensity and the anger has been ramped up.
Yeah, he's definitely more violent and more calculating as Mannix. I mean, you see, it even says he kills on his tights.
It definitely does. That just begs the question, was Brandon Edwards the voice of reason?
It's a scary thought.
Holy shit.
You go back even further and you think about all the guys that have been through the dirty. Were they the stabilizing force?
That's disturbing to even think about.
Mannix with the champ in the corner and a pump kick right to the face. And he sat down on top of him just for good measure. He gave him a noogie. Because why the heck not?
Why not? I can only see part of the action. I got the Kool-Aid Man standing up in front of me.
Oh, he's got the kendo stick in his hand trying to fend off the rats on the other side.
There's rats?
Yeah, there's 2 of them over there.
Oh my. Maybe without my cheese.
One's in the red, one's in the gray. Mannix with a keen eye on where they're at. As Jones into the railing goes down. Mannix, well, he's admiring his handiwork.
Well, I tell you, he's feeling himself, and these people are digging it as well. Everybody's getting dirty tonight.
The referee's up to 6. Mannix just fighting off the champion as now he's down. And Mannix, again, there's Cody Jones. Go ahead and get in his face, Cody. See how that goes.
I'm going to guess it's not going to end well.
Worked real well last month. And Shane and Cody tried to take out Austin Mannix early on, but that didn't work. Mannix now biting a piece of the champion. I don't know if you can buy a piece of Cody on warwrestling.com, but you can sure try.
Well, I'm sure there's a piece for sale. That's for damn sure.
If not, Mannix is going to try to take the whole thing. Austin now looking for that springboard spring right into the spear.
Yeah, there he goes, but they went for that inside leg. Not quite enough leverage with that body to body to keep him down.
And again, there's less of Mannix than there used to be. He's in terrific shape as he tries to take out the champion of war. Straight right hand to the temple. Mannix, who took the go to sleep earlier on, looking for the TKO. Now Cody hooks him up. Brainbuster!
Wonderful brainbuster.
Tell
him be proud.
Down in the corner. Jones.
He had his foot on the
Mannix get
rope.
his foot up somehow.
You know, I hate to say this, but if Shane Foster Paloma was worth their salt, they would have made sure that foot didn't end up there. They'd have pushed it off. I'm not trying to tell him how to cheat, I'm just telling him how to win.
And he missed. You should have told him, don't calculate, just do. Mannix now with the European uppercut in the corner.
Oh!
And the forearm from Detroit with it. Up and wham!
Oh!
German
Oh,
release
suck it.
suplex.
Oh my God!
Mannix.
Oh, and another senton!
Keeps on adding to the destruction.
Nothing like a senton Saturday night in Lime, Ohio at the Bradfield Center.
This again on the road to the anniversary show, just 2 months away. One more stop. It comes at Calm Before the Storm, January the 11th here in this building. You wonder who's going to be left by that point.
I don't know. Some of these people are going to make it. Oh!
Dropped him right on the face, did Mannix.
I don't even know what to call that. It was innovative.
Effective.
And it looks to have been effective. Oh, I thought it was effective. So close.
2.5 from the bearded brawler in Mannix. I think that Paloma and the fans are trying to get Cody to his feet for different reasons. Mannix in the corner. Look, though, Shane right behind him grabbed the foot behind the referee's back.
I mean,
and
does it
allowed that high
surprise you?
knee. No, not even at all. Power slam. 1, 2.
Oh!
Again, just a
That
2
was
count.
very close indeed.
So the champ saying that was 3. Everybody else said, oh, that was 2.
There you hear the crowd showing their appreciation for the champ. Not.
The champion whose first match came when he was 15 years old. Takes a straight open hand slap. Mannix now, high knee to the face.
He didn't have to get very high with him down on his knees,
Shane
but oh, Shane Foster.
Swinging a miss with a kendo stick.
Oh, eat that.
Nice to knee you. And look, it's Mannix now with a kendo stick.
Oh, this don't bode well for the champ.
What does this mean for? Oh my God! Yeah, that'll get a bell every time. But the bell that rang belongs to Cody Jones. Keep their heads ringing with the kendo stick.
Well, his head can be ringing. Austin Mannix might have lost this match, but Cody is no winner.
But Cody has lost his sense of balance. Mannix said, come on, let's do this. Let's go again.
Here comes a little trollop with her big blocks.
They tried to explain.
He was asking what the smell was.
Exactly.
It was her box.
That, hey, we still have numbers.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
Lights out!
What is happening?
What is this?
This is, who
It's
the
dark.
heck is in the ring? Oh, it's
Mojo's
Mojo!
back! They don't want any part of that!
They ran off.
Both men backing down!
Look at the stare from Mojo to Cody Jones.
I am beyond tired of the things we do. Shane, you cannot stay in the lane and mind your business. So this is what we're gonna do. You just think about what I'm home for you, little piece of shit. As far as you, Shane, you wanna play the big boys? You wanna play with the Magic Stick of Violence? For February, at the Hall of Fame show, we're gonna play a game called the Dream City Street Fight.
Whoa!
That can't be good for Shane.
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you, both these guys, I'm sure, are pretty versed in violence.
Wow.
Just a straight-up challenge.
Hey, Cody, we're not done with his ass. I don't care if you beat you or not. I'll still be open on one, and I'll go between you and the title. I'll take it.
There he goes. I told you, friendship's out the window.
And the first time that Mojo got wind of Austin Mannix's plan, he turned and stared a hole
He
through him.
certainly did. He certainly did.
So what does that mean for the temporary alliance of these guys? the greater good or evil, however you want to look at it.
It means just that. It's temporary, McCormick. That's what the word means. Temporary.
So they shake hands for now.
For now.
As the end game comes into effect. But don't let either one of these guys fool you. They want to be the guy to take away the World Wrestling title. So that's how Endgame comes to a finish. Calm before the storm in January here in this building. The last show on the road to the anniversary show. For Dusty Dillinger, I'm Michael McCormick. Thanks for watching War Wrestling Endgame.